Hello, unlimited friends. It's Zara back again with Q&A about the law of attraction and its application to our lives. The question today comes from Anita, and she says, I keep attracting the same sort of narcissistic person into my life. What am I doing wrong? Anita, thank you so much for sending in this question. You are not the one, you are not the only one, sweetheart. There are so many people who are suffering because they have narcissistic personalities in their lives. And there was a time in my life when I was actually married to someone like that. It felt like I lost myself in that phase of my life. I felt like my oxygen was taken away. I felt like I was walking on eggshells all the time, afraid of making a mistake because it was going to be a big blow up and it was all going to be my fault, not anyone else's fault. And uh, I I just felt like my life would end if I displeased him. Like he made me feel so powerless that I felt that if I make a mistake, my life's going to somehow be shattered. I felt like I had no power, and he would say things that would really hurt me and they would be really, really cutting. And he had no idea that he just, with one sentence, he destroyed my whole day. And on top of it, he wasn't really prepared to listen. He wasn't listening because he didn't think he had done anything wrong. He could not see what his behavior was doing to me. And if I confronted him, if I wanted to talk to him, he would have none of it. Because in his mind, I was making a big deal out of nothing. There was nothing wrong with him. His behavior, there was nothing wrong with his behavior. I was the one who was at fault. It was all my fault. And so it took a lot of strength for me to get out of that relationship. And once I did get out of that relationship, I asked the same question, Anita, that you're asking today. How did I attract it? And what can I do so that this does not happen to me again? And so I discovered that the mistake I had made was that I had put him at the center of my universe instead of me being at the center of my universe. I had replaced me with him and made his happiness more important than my happiness, my well being, my peace of mind. So, oh, oh boy, was I ever wrong. You see, we have a tendency to create connections between things that really are not connected and don't need to be connected. So, what I had done was, I had told myself that my happiness was dependent on him being happy. That if he wasn't happy, then I couldn't be happy. And that was the wrong thing to do. What happened is, when I created that connection, law of attraction solidified it with super glue. So when I said, I can't be happy unless he's happy, law of attraction said, yes, your wish is my command, and solidified it with super glue. And so now that became the thing that controlled my life. I had basically given that control away by making that connection. And I had to learn to break that connection in order to become who I was, put myself back in the center of my universe. So, what this means is that for someone like myself, looking for someone outside of us as the source of our happiness, I see this happening in so many different cases because we have a tendency to do so when we love someone. I see children doing so. They want to make their parents happy. Parents want to make children happy. And so we make someone else's happiness more important than our own. So what happens is, as a result, people who thrive on that sort of energy start showing up in our life. People who thrive on other people making them happy, because really they are powerless. They don't know how to be happy on their own. They need someone else to make them happy. But understand this, we are both on the same vibration. That's why I ended up creating it. Because he needed someone else to make him happy. And I thought that someone else's happiness was going to lead to my happiness. So we were both on the same vibration. That was the mistake that I made. And that is the mistake I see so many people making. Because as a society, we have developed the tendency to believe that we have to be able to understand other people's feelings, to do things to make other people happy. And some of us just take that too far. We take it too far and then we hurt ourselves. So think about it. Have you ever linked your luck or your happiness to something simple or something big for that matter? I know that when I came to Canada, I had a culture shock in the sense that over here, when the day was gray, it was overcast and rainy, people would say, oh, it's a horrible day. And if I asked people, how are you? They would say, well, I would be better if there was sunshine. So they had linked their happiness to sunshine. And to me, that was, it jarred me awake. That was an aha moment for me of how different people's beliefs can be. Because from where I came from in Pakistan, if the sun was turned off, we were celebrating because it's so hot all year round that when it's a rainy day, ooh, it's fantastic. I love it. It's rainy. It's overcast. So I realized from that difference that people make connections for whatever reason, and then those connections control their lives. And we can change those connections. So the more self-worth we have, then the more our ability to be happy is within us and it's not dependent on someone else. And then we stop attracting narcissistic people because they will not feel happy with us because we are not going to stand on our heads 10,000 different ways in order to accommodate them. So the fact that we are attracting them means that we have to change something and then we won't attract them. You see, they feed on the energy of people who make them the most important thing in their lives. In my case, I had made my husband as the most important person in my life. And more important than my own happiness was his happiness was more important to me than my own happiness. And when you make yourself the most important thing in your life, then they have no use for you because you're not giving them that thing, that energy that they're looking for. So they won't come after you. So Anita, my sister, I know it's not going to be an easy journey because it was not an easy journey for me. But I can tell you that it is going to be the most rewarding journey for you, is to learn how to put yourself back in the center of your universe and stop trying to be the person that other people want you to be. Start playing, just be authentically yourself in every relationship rather than trying to fit in by molding yourself into what other people want you to be in the relationship that you have with them. So you'll stop falling in with their plans. You'll stop putting their needs before your needs. And then they won't want you. Only those people will want you who are self-sufficient, who have the capability to be happy on their own, and they don't need you to be their satellite, right? You don't have to be anyone's satellite. You have to be your own sun. You don't have to be anyone else's satellite in order to be happy. So I'm going to recommend 2 mantras for you that really help me soothe myself and also understand and remember the fact that I have to put myself at the center of my universe. And those 2 mantras are, number 1, I know you might have guessed it, I am at the center of my universe. Not you, not you, not you, not you. I am at the center of my universe. I am my highest priority. And the second one is, I care but not that much. I care for you, the person that I love. I care for my loved ones, but I don't care for them so much that I'm going to relinquish my alignment, my peace in my heart for you. I'm not going to do that. And reminding myself about this makes me my biggest fan instead of me being someone else's biggest fan. And that's the shift that you need to make in order to stop attracting narcissistic people into your life. They will not come to you because they're looking for a fan club, and you're not part of the fan club anymore because you are your own biggest fan. So, Anita, I hope that this helps you truly. I want you to thrive and flourish. And I can tell you that this is a journey of self worth. A return to self worth means giving ourselves our own oxygen, filling our own cup first before we let anyone drink from our cup. No one gets to drink from my cup. They can drink from the overflow that's flowing into my saucer, but nobody is allowed to drink from my cup. I am the one who drinks from my cup. All right, folks, everyone who's here, thank you for joining me today. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that before you leave, you'll click on the like button and subscribe so that I can invite you back to more videos on my channel. And if you have a question about the law of attraction, send it to me through my website zmahoon.com, or leave it in the comments below and I will look after it. I love answering questions, and I have a lot of experience with law of attraction, having written 16 books on the subject. I want to work with people who are really, truly interested in transforming their lives, bringing more love into their hearts and more money into their bank accounts. All right, folks, hope to see you next time. Bye for now.